understand the art of punches when you could throw two punches that sound like one. You could throw a punch, you can hear them. They were two, but they sound like fucking one punch. They don't understand. Anybody that hears this understand the art of fighting. They know what I'm saying. He threw two punches that sound like one.
Welcome back, y'all. How's it going? How's it going, chat? I got some good news. What's going on, man? We got Tony in the chat. We got hate, love, hate in the chat. You know, we like when the members show up, man. So we appreciate you guys showing out and showing up early, man. Definitely appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, Bradley. What's goody, Brad, man? Welcome to the chat, guys. Court went good today. Just to give you a quick little update in Fade's case, in the Fade case for speeding. They gave me a 30-day extension, so I don't have to worry about it for another 30 days. They also gave me some paperwork to try to get the fine reduced and get on some type of low income payment plan. So hopefully that works out. And then, but at worst case scenario, I'll be able to just I pushed it back till December 8th, and then I'll be able to get on a payment plan at that point. You know what I mean? So shout that out. Hey, baby girl, see you in the chat. So yeah, that worked out today. And then on the 16th, I think is the next court date. I think I got a clear date on the 16th, if I'm not wrong. Let me check this out. Yeah. So on the 16th, I gotta go down to, I don't know which one, City of Fontana. I'm not sure. I don't know. Figure that shit out. But yeah, man. So hopefully we'll see. I'm probably just gonna try to do the same thing, like get it pushed back, and then get onto some payment plan in December. So that was a quick update, man. That shit went pretty cool. My apologies for the afternoon stream, guys. I was so damn tired, man. I slept until about 4 o'clock after I got home. Then I came home and I wanted to play some GameCube, and then my GameCube is broken now, so that made me sad. And then I just went to sleep. Yeah, I just wanted to play some Mario Sunshine on GameCube. And my GameCube broke, and then I went sad and just fell asleep, bro. That was pretty much the afternoon. But man, we got some cool videos lined up for today. You guys are already in extended viewing hours, which means this stream should run at least 3.5 hours, if not 4 or 5. So hopefully we get a good gang, get a good pile of people in here, and we have a good time tonight, man. Looks like some people are coming in. You guys are hitting that like button. Appreciate that. What else? What else we got going? Update. So remember last week we watched the YNW Bortlen thing about the rappers, Remember, so this is the part 2. Remember, we were seeing if he would take the deal or not. Well, it looks like he's gonna take the deal. And let's see what happens. Just to give you a quick recap on this case, the rapper YNW Melly allegedly shot his 2 other friends of the YNW crew inside of a car. Him and Bortlen then staged the scene to look like another car did a drive-by and shot them. And then Bortlen took the 2 kids that got shot to the hospital, who ended up DOA, dead on arrival. So let's get it going. Hey, gonna order pizza for the live, man. Some pizza sound good as hell. You see that Papa John's deal? They got that New York style pizza for $10. Watch when I get my YouTube check. I'm getting one of those.
In the jail right now. How are you feeling this afternoon? Your head is clear? You understand what's going on this afternoon? You understand your...
Now, mind you, their cases are separate. So it's very important that the state gets this deal. They want to make this deal with Bortlen. But one, so he'll testify against Melly at his case. Because if Bortlen testifies that Melly shot them inside the car, it's case closed. That's pretty much the only thing they need to for sure put him away. All the evidence points towards that, but if you have a good enough lawyer, at some point everything becomes circumstantial, if you catch my drift. So really, they want to get Bortlen to sign this deal, one, so Melly's defense doesn't see the game plan of the state before they're able to go to trial, and two, so that they have the cherry on top in terms of his testimony.
Resolving 2 pending felony cases this afternoon. Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento, have you seen or heard Mr. Henry say or do anything which would call...
It was really low on the volume. See you, mama.
which would call into question in your mind whether he understands what's going on? All right, so Mr. Henry, it's 2 cases, sir. I'm going to go one at a time. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, this is before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state. You were charged.
Yo, shout out Connie in the chat, y'all. I feel like the volume is lower than usual. That's wild. All right.
Charged as follows: counts 1 and 2 is murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty is life in Florida State Prison.
This is the continuation of the YNW Bortlen case we were talking about.
Counts 3 and 4 are accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty is 30 years in Florida State Prison. In case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're charged at count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State Prison. Count 2, directing the activities of criminal gang.
And mind you, this guy's facing 5 life sentences. And remember, they offered him 16 years instead of 5 life sentences.
That's a first degree felony. Again, punishable up to state prison. At count 7, unlawful use of a 2-way communication device as charged. That's a second degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison. So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison. Sir, do you understand all the pending charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct? Yes. And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state the terms of which are as follows. Number one, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null pros, that is, drop the 2 first-degree murder counts. All right, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Yes, sir.
He's not pleading guilty to count 2 of the newer case,
What's happening with that?
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to the tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device?
Just the tampering and the unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7.
Correct.
State, you're going to null pros count 2 and count 5,
Correct, Your Honor.
as it relates only to Mr. Henry.
Correct.
Okay. So, Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness.
So he took the deal, which I want to know, is he going to testify? Does he have to testify in the Melly case? I mean, I guess that would be assumed, right?
Cases by way of a jury trial. That's not going to happen. All right. If you want to have a trial, the trial starts tomorrow. If you want to accept the deal, you can accept the deal today. But there's not going to be any buyer's remorse, in other words, because I've given you plenty of time to think about this, talk to your lawyers about it, talk to your family about it. I talked to you about it last week. Kind of looks like your lawyers probably did something or other to get a better disposition for you as of this afternoon. But this is it today. So understanding all that, you've had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that. That's what you want to do. So, sir, has anyone forced you, threatened you, or coerced you into entering these pleas? If I accept your pleas, there will not be a trial in either one of these cases. Do you understand that? If I accept these pleas, there's a whole bunch of constitutional rights you are giving up. I want to make sure you understand all of those rights. You have the right to maintain your plea of not.
Bro, probably in his mid 20s, like maybe late 20s. So if doing 16, he'll definitely get out and be able to live like a somewhat full life. You know what I mean?
Guilty and have a trial in each case. You have the right to present defenses to file.
Let's go. Dose just stepped in the building, y'all. Show her some love. You know, we like when the members show up to the live streams. And remember, we are on the road to 10K subs, y'all. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Double tap them streams. It helps the stream out immensely. Thank you so much.
Motions and other pleadings in support of your defense. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have the state prove you guilty. The Department of Motor Vehicles will revoke your driver's license for a period of 1 year. Do you understand that? Sir, paragraph 11 of each form that you sign reads as follows. I acknowledge that my attorney and I have reviewed any discovery disclosed time. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3, accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree, and as to count 4, accessory after the fact as to murder in the first degree. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? In case number 23, 10643 CF10A, as to count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device.
Hey, Chevy. Welcome back to the chat, man. Thank you for re up on your membership too, man. I see that light blue sticker. Good to have you back, bro. Life's busy, so I'm just glad you came back.
How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I will accept your no contest pleas as to each. I'm going to find a factual basis to support each based upon my review of each electronic probable cause affidavit as well as your stipulation in court here.
Yeah, word. It's a solid, bro. He got the deal of a lifetime. He got the deal of a lifetime. He had 5. He was facing 5 life sentences. Yo, Tony. Y'all show Tony some love in the chat. Well, he's not aspiring. I don't know. But yeah, YNW Melly was the guy who actually did the shooting allegedly. So, but this was his accomplice in the murder. That's why all his shit's after the fact. I'm pretty sure when he testifies at the Melly trial that he's gonna say that he didn't know Melly was gonna do that shit, and he just helped him like in duress type thing. You know what I mean? That would be my guess.
Today, I'm going to further find that you have freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights that you have knowingly entered each plea with the advice of competent counsel who you've told me that you are satisfied with, that you understand the nature of the charges and the consequences of the plea. Accordingly, and pursuant to the negotiated agreement, I will sentence you as follows. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, as to count 3 and count 4, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need a set of your prints and DNA. Pursuant to 9 years in Florida State Prison. Count 1 is a sentence of 10 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs in that case as well. I will not impose the cost of prosecution in that case as I just did so in the previous case. Pursuant to 943.325.
So he's only going to have to pay for one case. Looks like he's got 15 years in jail with a 6-year probation.
Regarding Mr. Henry in either case.
Judge, if you just have one moment.
The hearing docket is at 3:30 p.m. So
We've already.
to do this, but I wish you good luck, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he'll be on, Mr. Nesmith and Mr. Haddad. We'll have a probation officer here tomorrow.
oh man, Saltwater spreading the love, man. Sponsoring today's episode off the bat, brother. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Not only is he a moderator and a member, but he's also a super chatter. That's the triple crown here in this community. Thank you so much, my boy, for helping keep the lights on over here. So y'all remember Melly, I think it was last year or the year before, his trial went mistrialed. It was a mistrial, and it was really hard because all the evidence pointed towards him being guilty, but he had a really good lawyer. And like I said, if you got a really good lawyer, anything can be circumstantial, you know what I mean, to a degree. But once they have all this evidence and his co-conspirator telling them what happened inside the car as an actual witness, Melly's done for. He'll probably get the chair if he don't plead out for life, because it is in Florida, I believe. So capital punishment is on the table. So we'll see how the Melly trial plays out. Next video is from Insanity Body Cam. Murder suspect loses control during interrogation room. Not sure what this case is about. This 20-year-old Brooke, clearly just hours ago, police broke down his apartment door and discovered his brutally murdered girlfriend lying on the floor. When Brooks was arrested, he appeared completely unaware that she had been killed. All right, let's check it out. Oh, Megan girl. Show Megan some love in the chat, guys. You know we like when the members show up to the live streams, so definitely roll out the red carpet.
This is 20-year-old Brooks Cleary. Just hours ago, cops broke down his apartment door, finding his brutally deceased girlfriend lying on the floor. When Brooks is arrested, he appears as though he has no idea his girlfriend was just killed, even though he's wearing a bloody shirt.
Oh, jeez Louise. Alrighty.
It became clear that victim, 21-year-old Haley Johnson, wasn't suffering a seizure at all. Instead, she'd been shot, and sitting beside her was her fiancé, Brooks Cleary. Realizing the situation, paramedics quickly call for police.
Your fiance. Okay. Weapons right there.
Okay, what's going on?
Shells on the ground next to it. Possible gunshot to the head. Oh, with a shotgun.
At first, Brooks appears completely out of it, silently sitting on the floor, staring blankly at the officer. But when officers move to detain him, his demeanor quickly shifts, and he
Oh, bro, you shot your girl in the head with a shotgun? That's kind of overkill, right?
starts cracking jokes and trying to make light of the situation.
All right, man, come here.
Yeah, stand up.
Hey, that's funny you say that. I went to the Dollar Tree today, Megan, and I saw they were already loading up for the Halloween stuff.
Oh! We did a quick look on him. We didn't see anything. Place this our word for it. Turn around, face this way. Yeah. Reach in your pocket. Turn around, face. All right. You got some shoes or something in the house?
Yeah, in the house, yeah.
All right. Where they at?
Well, they're gonna be in the house, yeah.
Well, obviously, where at in the house?
Wait, Nike's what? Probably, on the right.
Needless to say, Brooks's behavior is far from normal, cracking jokes and smiling.
I was gonna say, bro, acting like what type of shoes? Like I got hella shoes. What shoes you want me to grab? Like, bro, this is not the time or the place to brag about your shoe collection.
Murder charge. What they also don't realize is that Brooks is heavily intoxicated, so out of it that he doesn't even seem to understand what's happening or that Haley is dead.
Where was he when we first came up?
Sitting right next to her.
Sitting right next to her.
Yep. Okay.
He seems pretty hysterical.
Yeah, he's not acting
Like off meds, kind of.
Yeah. He's too happy for somebody. Yeah. Yeah.
We turned her. Her face is all deformed, and I went to feel the back, and I went right in.
Okay.
Where was the shell?
Inside. Still inside the. She was laid like this, just a little bit further back. Shotgun was right here. Splatter, brain is behind the couch. I've got fragments over there and over there.
After securing the scene, officers prepare to transport Brooks to the station for further questioning. But just as they're getting ready to
What you think? What you think? He called her cheating or something? Like, what could have somebody snap like that?
in his interview,
But none of the police or fire department knew. Oh, okay. So what did he tell you then?
Like, you know, like how they was like she was just freaking out, like how they was doing.
Okay.
You know, simple stuff. But when I saw the yellow tip, I said, hold on, whoa.
Yeah, that always leads into something different, doesn't it? Anyway, nothing for anybody else around here to worry about.
to officers, it sounds like something they dealt with plenty of times before. An argument between a couple that spiraled into violence.
Hey, what's up, Officer Ann? Welcome to the chat.
With Brooks as the obvious suspect. But later during the interrogation, it will become clear this case isn't as straightforward as it seems.
Like, hey Matt, me and fell and then like busted her like lip open and I got her all over myself.
For now, Brooks sits secured in the back of a patrol car, headed to the station for questioning. At the same time, officers begin reaching out to friends of both Brooks and Haley, asking them to come in for interviews. Conversations that would later
Oh, she is pretty, bro. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy the people that some of these girls associate with.
placed in an interrogation room. From the detective's point of view, the case already seems clear. Brooks was the only person inside the apartment, his shirt was spattered with blood, and neighbors overheard him arguing with Haley just before the gunshot. However, when detectives look into Brooks's criminal history, they find nothing. Unusual for someone now suspected of such a violent crime. Still, with the damning clues they had so far, all investigators needed to do was break through his erratic behavior and get him to confess, something Brooks had no intention of doing.
You know how she died. How? I never did anything to her fucking fiance! Dude, I cannot!
Yeah, I'm Detective Newes, Detective Mason.
Very sorry about everything you're going through tonight.
So, part of our protocol on a scene, anytime we have a gun go off, we do a little swab.
No, I didn't have a gun go off.
Okay.
Well, but yeah, no, no gun went off.
That boy Saltwater Life doing his thug thizzle back-to-back super chats. Man, thank you so much for helping keep the lights on here, guys. Show Saltwater some love in the chat for doing so and sponsoring today's episode. Let's get him some help in the chat, guys. If you got a little bit extra, let's throw it in.
Okay, so I'll be back in here to talk.
If not, make sure you double tap them screens and subscribe. That's beautiful too. Hey, Monica. Welcome to the chat, girl, and thank you for them jewels.
Talk about everything that happened, and we'll have some questions for you.
I was just confused by that.
Just minutes into the interrogation, Brooks is already making bizarre claims, insisting that no gun ever went off despite clear evidence on the scene suggesting the contrary. But as the questioning continues, Brooks's story only grows stranger, completely contradicting what officers had witnessed firsthand.
How did you and Haley get along?
Great. She's my best friend in the whole world. Like,
Yeah. So the reason we're here is obviously
This had to be during COVID, right? Like they got these masks on and shit.
the reason why we responded to your apartment and everything. So we just want to hear everything that happened. Try not to leave out no details, just like from the very beginning to us right here at the table. Just walk us through the entire day.
well, me and my fiance woke up. We woke up at like 11:30, 11:45. Yeah, so we're watching TikToks and
Don't eat anything?
no,
You didn't have any breakfast or lunch?
no, not that I can recall.
That boy Chris 25 just stepped in the building. Show him some love, guys. You know we like when the members show up.
At least we're not like very big on eating, you know.
So did y'all talk to anybody tonight? Did anybody come over, knock on the door or anything?
No.
What about after that?
I guess we got in like a argument over like bills or something like that. I guess it had to have been bills.
How long an argument lasts? You got going at it for
Probably like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
So a short little argument?
Yeah, it's like back and forth. It's pretty normal.
Everything bro's saying is the exact opposite of what the crime scene. Witnesses said they heard them arguing for a minute, for a long time, and then obviously they found the gun that was fired, and the girl with a gunshot to her face. So I don't know if he's just crazy or if he was just drunk out of his mind, like he was just blackout drunk maybe.
Detectives note Brooks's behavior here is tense, with his laughter sounding slightly forced. Furthermore, he claims that he and his best friend, Haley, spent the entire day at home relaxing, with only a minor argument later in the evening, a story detectives find extremely hard to believe. However, his next statement will finally explain the strange, oblivious demeanor. It seems he actually thinks Haley is still alive. But before we continue, sometimes the most devastating injuries are the ones you can't see. That's what happened in 2018, when Chad Festa was rear-ended at a red light in Sanford, Florida. Despite suffering severe spinal injuries, his insurance company offered just $100,000 and even hired investigators to film him coaching his kids' baseball teams. That's when he turned to the sponsor of today's video, Morgan & Morgan.
What happened? I mean, you went to a neighbor? What happened?
I didn't go to a neighbor or anything. Pretty much I just remember like
What did we show up for?
I guess the argument.
Did you talk to an officer?
Not initially, but when I heard the knock at the door, obviously I go, check and see. Then I talked to him.
So you said you talked to an officer. How many officers did you talk to?
I believe it was like one or two.
Did anybody talk to Haley?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Did they walk inside your apartment, or did they?
I'm not quite sure, because I was already outside talking to them, and then I went downstairs.
And so where was Haley at when you were by the front door?
She was kind of in our little hallway. We have a bathroom that leads into the,
Was she standing up or
the
sitting
living
down?
room. She was standing up.
Brooks's statements leave detectives baffled. He insists that when officers first arrived, Haley was standing in their hallway, an impossible claim since both police and paramedics clearly found her lying dead on the living room floor.
Were you drinking this weekend, or were you drinking today?
Well, I've had a beer or two, but that was it. Yeah, it's not like I
Any type of
out of it.
Were you smoking any weed or anything?
No,
You don't care.
No, trust me, I don't do that. They were
I'm good, Monica. Thanks for asking. My court case went good today. I got an extension on the ticket, so I don't have to deal with it till December. And then hopefully I'll be able to get the fine reduced through another program they gave me some information about. So yeah, hopefully that goes well. But man, this guy is crazy as fuck. He's sitting there saying that she was standing when the police were arrived. Like, is he going for an insane defense? Do you think he's going for the insanity defense, or do you think he was just so fucking off some drugs or some alcohol? He was so faded that he actually believes this shit. This shirt is way too tight for him too, bro. I mean, I'm not in any type of good shape neither, bro, but with us fat guys, if you got a belly like this, bro, you can't be wearing this tight fitting clothes, bro. It does not flatter you.
What happened? And I told them what happened. And then they were like, okay, well, let me just get your pants behind your back. And I was like, okay. Where was she? Like in the hallway, like in between like the
You said she was standing up.
yeah, like in the hallway, in between the bathroom.
What was she in need of?
Huh?
What was she in need of?
She was like screaming at me and she was like hitting me. And I was like, what do you like need? And then she like came at me and fell and then like busted her like lip open. And I was like, I picked her up and I was like, are you okay? Like, what the fuck? And she was like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. And like started pushing me off. And I was like, no, like, come here, like, are you okay? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I started crying and shit because like I never really seen her like bleed like that. And I got her all over myself. So like she was okay for the most part. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go answer the door. She was like, okay. So I go answer the door and it was police.
Okay, so you're not under the influence of anything?
No.
Alright, so I'm kind of confused.
I mean, it was kind of confusing to start with.
So, do you have any weapons or anything in the house?
Oh yeah, I own a shotgun.
You didn't talk to anyone else besides, this is you and Haley argument. No one else came up there and talked to you. No one came in your apartment.
No,
you know we talked to the neighbors, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you probably did. No, not that I remember. You're saying that a neighbor talked to me?
Did you go to anybody's house?
No.
You didn't knock on any doors?
No. Why would I knock on someone's door? That doesn't even make any sense.
As you might expect, Brooks's statements continue to baffle detectives, so much so that they begin to suspect he might be under the influence of something. But strangely, his barrage of bizarre claims made it nearly impossible for detectives to get a straight answer or a confession. And in the end, it would help him avoid a murder charge. But for now, detectives need to figure out if he was deliberately acting or genuinely impaired. So they decide to confront.
Bro, this shit worked. There's no fucking way, bro. There's no fucking way this shit works. I need wood chippers. I need wood chippers in the motherfucking chat, bro. There's no way this shit works.
Confront Brooks directly about what substances he had taken that day.
So, what kind of beer did you drink tonight?
Guinness.
Yeah, how many did you have?
One and a half.
Motherfucking 100, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Don't nobody get this faded off one beer.
And how much marijuana did you smoke tonight?
No.
I mean, here's the deal. Are you under the influence of something, or do you think we're stupid? I can't figure out which one you did.
Either one. I don't think you're stupid. I'm not under the influence of anything. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand why I'm even sitting here right now.
You don't understand why you're sitting here. We have blood all over you. How did that happen?
Yeah, because she busted her fucking face, dude. I told you.
Was she standing up and crying on you?
Yeah.
She was?
Yeah, and then she, like, sat down on the futon, and I was holding her like this.
So when did the gun go off?
What gun?
Okay, you don't play games with me.
What gun?
The shotgun.
It never went off. You can go test it for forensics right now, dude. I'm really, like, confused at why I'm even still sitting here. Am I free to go?
No.
No? Am I being detained?
Yeah.
Okay. For what?
By now, detectives suspected Brooks was deliberately
For murder, bro. For murder. Can you just lie, bro? Does that work? Like, if you just lie, you can avoid hella charges forever? Bro, I don't know, bro. I feel like he gonna sidestep this murder charge. He gonna get like, I don't know. We'll see. I hope not.
lying. He claimed Haley split her lip on him, denied any gun went off, and even insisted that she was alive when paramedics arrived. With each bizarre statement, it becomes clear that getting a confession out of Brooks was going to be nearly impossible. His story was scattered, contradictory, and at times completely delusional. So detectives paused the interview to collect gunshot residue from his hands and discuss a new strategy. That's when several of Haley's closest friends unexpectedly arrive at the station. Investigators immediately see an opportunity. If anyone knew the state of his relationship with Haley and what really happened that day, it was them.
So I know you guys went to Anchor Bar. Did you guys do you have any contact for that? Over the phone?
Before Anchor Bar?
Yeah, over the phone or anything?
I called him just like while I got off work. Just like, hey, what you doing? And then they said that they were about to have like a date night, and they were like, it'd be great if I could tag along. Then we smoked, just
Okay.
one joint.
Okay. So you guys get to Anchor Bar?
Well, they got Philly cheesesteaks. I ordered Bloody Mary. He got one drink and she got one. She tasted it. She said that she didn't like it. So he goes and he drinks hers. And he was like this over the table. There was a kid like looking at us, and I felt so embarrassed. I was like, yo, bro, you're like embarrassing me. Like, there's a whole family right here. So we got in the car, and then I was just waiting for them. And she came out. He just pushed the table over. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe this happened. And then she was like, they banned us. She said they banned us. We can never go back there again.
What the friends reveal completely dismantles Brooks's story. Not only had he not stayed home all day as he claimed, he was out drinking, acting aggressively, and even caused a major disturbance at a restaurant, getting himself banned for life. But beyond just contradicting his timeline, their testimonies paint a far darker portrait of Brooks's relationship with Haley.
She really loved him and really didn't want to give up on him, I guess. You know, he wasn't working, he was drinking a lot, but she was sick a lot, you know.
Hey man, congratulations to Johnny. He said he's been sober for 5 years. Hasn't had a drink in the last 5 years, man. Congratulate you, bro. Like I know for some people it's really tough, you know what I mean? You know, we all have different vices, and you know, sometimes some people can't do certain shit, and knowing your limitations is definitely one of the biggest strengths a person can have. Like if you know something's not good for you, but you enjoy it, sometimes it's hard not to do that shit, even though you know it's not good for you. You know what I mean? So, like, shout out to Johnny, bro, because a lot of people struggle with that same battle every day, and they can't get to where you're at. So, you know what I mean? I hope more people can, but I just want to salute my boy Johnny on his journey to sobriety.
But she never talked to me about it. I mean, it was after the one incident where he hit her and was yelling at her and pushing her.
Did she ever mention him like having a temper, being angry?
Oh yeah, he definitely had a temper, and sometimes it was directed at her. You know, they would get into arguments and stuff, and sometimes it would just be at anybody. You know, he was constantly losing jobs, switching between jobs. You know, he would.
Okay, let's just start off. Just tell me anything that Haley said to you about Brooks that you think is concerning or might be relevant to this case.
Just sort of the way that I guess he treated her, like, attitude-wise. Just, like, he wouldn't let her borrow his car. Like, he would make her walk to work every single time. Like, almost like he valued the car more, almost.
The relationship really took a turn for the worst, starting in, like, 2021. She showed up at the store when I was closing alone, and she was in her pajamas and her slippers, and she did not have any belongings on her. Like, she ended up staying with us for the night because when I tried to take her back to her apartment, the door had been locked and he wouldn't let her in. At a certain point, he started calling her dumb cunt, as if, like you would call a person sweetheart. That was his name for her.
Like it's like term of endearment.
Like as in, dumb cunt, go get me a beer.
That's off.
There have been multiple times that she told me she was going to have to get a second job on top of working 40 hours at Rocket Fizz to try to make ends meet because he wouldn't get a job.
Okay.
That she was applying to jobs for him, that he was getting interviews and refusing to go in.
And do you think Haley was?
No.
Okay.
She would have called me without a
And Haley seemed like a cool chick, bro. She worked. She was trying to find him jobs. She obviously knew he had alcoholic problems, but she still loved him. He probably, this wasn't the first time he flipped out on her. You know what I mean? Obviously, it went to the most extreme aspect in terms of him shooting her, but allegedly, but bro, I'm sure she's dealt with his behavior before, you know what I mean? So the fact that she hadn't left yet tells me that, like, she probably was a cool girlfriend, pretty loyal chick, pretty forgiving, gave this kid a lot of grace. So it's really cold-blooded that he would do some shit like this.
shadow of doubt in my mind, she would have called me if that was happening.
According to Haley's friends, Brooks could be both verbally and physically abusive. They recalled him explicitly calling her a dumb cunt and described his short temper, often taking his anger out on Haley and, at times, even on his friends. He seemed to depend on Haley for everything, financially and emotionally, while giving little in return. Friends said Haley was patient and caring, but Brooks may have taken advantage of that.
Oh yeah, for sure he took advantage of that shit. That's what I was just saying. Like, he seemed to be a pretty lucky dude from how he looks to how his chick looked, how he acts, how his chick acted. You know what I mean? It seemed like she really cared about him, because someone who didn't care about you, bro, wouldn't let you just be a fat, lazy pig who doesn't help around the house all day. You know what I mean? Usually, if you're the stay-at-home husband, you got to be, I don't know, like a fucking fitness model or something, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. But I'm just saying, she treated him a lot better than he treated her, and he probably didn't deserve her.
Detectives decide to test Brooks directly by breaking the news to him and carefully observing his reaction. They want to see if he's lying or if he's genuinely detached from reality. However, they had no idea just how badly this would backfire.
Well, Haley's deceased.
What? What the f*** are you talking about? What? What?
And he did this.
What? What?
Keeping it 100 in the chat. Thank you so much, Monica, for the jewels.
Haley is just, wait, you better not be lying to me right now, dude.
I wouldn't lie about that.
Bro, what the fuck? Are you serious? God, dude, what the f***? What happened? What is...
So you said she had a bloody lip and you were sitting on the futon and you were holding her. That was where we left off.
What if I told you your wife was dead right now and then I was like, that's where we left off? You. Out of my face. Shut the up. I can't. Are you serious? She's actually gone?
She's gone. And you know that.
Shut your face, dude. Honestly, I'm so sick of you. And you know that. No, what the I didn't. Why the would I know that? asshole. Fuck you.
We know how she died.
How?
That's what we're asking you.
How? How? Tell me. How?
Stop the charades, man.
Shut up. Fuck you. Fuck you. Stop the charades. My fucking fiance is dead right now. You want to say stop the
coming out of your
charades?
mouth.
I don't give a fuck what you think, buddy.
There's nothing.
I don't give a shit what you think.
You're not crying.
You're not.
There's nothing here. Nothing has been the truth.
Bro, I was just rambling at this point, right? Like, they told him the truth, and he just, maybe if he denies it hard enough, she'll come back to life. Like, is that his train of thought right now? Couldn't tell you.
What happened to her?
Nothing has been the truth.
Especially not coming out of your fucking fat mouth.
Before we arrived to the apartment, the police, she was already dead.
What? What? Dude, you hooked me up to a polygraph machine or whatever. I'm telling you the fucking truth. I don't know what the happened to her. That's why I'm asking you others what the fuck happened.
You haven't been honest with us this whole time we've been sitting here talking.
Okay, buddy.
I mean, I'm just honest.
Where'd you get detective lessons?
You haven't been honest. Okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I haven't been honest. I haven't been honest? You just told me fucking fiance was dead! And you want to tell me I'm not being honest? You go fuck your mother, mate! You go shut the fuck up! You tell me I'm not.
Bro is wildin' though, right? He's going crazy. Oh my.
One more time again. I'm telling everything I know.
Look at this dude.
I cannot stand you.
Okay.
What the dude? Shut the up. Don't even talk to me, dude. Get the out of here. Just go.
Boy, if you...
Shout out that boy Triple Z. Just came in a wild Triple Z just appeared. Show him some love, chat.
Go. Let me have the good cop. Fuck off.
Everybody we've talked to, you talk to people tonight. And
Oh, I talk to people? Sure, buddy. Who?
Okay, and-
Give me a name. Give me one person.
neighbors.
Neighbors. No.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, welcome to the chat.
I'm not sitting here making this stuff.
Okay, I'm not sitting here talking to you with your I don't know what the fuck happened to my fucking fiance, and I'm sitting here talking to you suckers, and you just
That boy Floridian is back, man. Nice to see you, Floridian. Love it when you show up to the chat, man. Show him some love, guys. You know we gotta shout out all the members.
tell me they're fucking dead? Fucking serious? We've been sitting here for 30 fucking minutes talking about shit. Dude, I cannot
Oh man, that girl Monica. Monica sending them hearts, man. I'm sending that love right back to you, Monica. Thank you so much for them jewels.
Clearly, Brooks didn't take the tragic news lightly. Detectives think they can use Brooks's breakdown to their advantage, pressing him further in hopes of forcing a confession. But their plan backfires again, and the moment they try to leverage his outburst, Brooks goes completely off the rails.
Did you talk to a firefighter tonight? Can we start?
No, you know I didn't talk to a firefighter. What? When? Who? What firefighter? No, I did not.
So if I told
Yeah, exactly, Dose. That's exactly what happened. When the police turned her over, when the police showed up, he was sitting next to her body. Then they turned her body over, and she had her face deformed because he shot her in the head, in the face with the shotgun. So, like, her whole face was missing.
you 6 firefighters and they all spoke with you, you'd say everything
I believe a neighbor called the police when they heard the gunshot.
on that line?
Yeah, I would.
No, that sounds to us.
Sure, that can sound however it wants to. But I'm telling you the truth. She was fine. She was fucking fine when I left. I went downstairs and she was fucking fine. I don't know what
fuck's talking about, but I never did anything to hurt my fucking fiance. She's a
Yeah, Johnny, I think that's his defense too. The louder I yell, the more they'll believe.
Are you fucking serious? You fucking thing! Fuck you! I never would do anything to hurt her. She is my everything! I'm at a loss for like, I don't understand your problem. And then you don't believe me? That's fine. I don't care if you believe me or not. You, honestly, for not believing me. I get into an argument. Now my fiance is dead? And that's supposed to be my fault? Nobody's accused you. We're just asking stuff. Dude, what the up? Yeah, you have been. The whole time you've been like, ooh. I'm asking the question. You're going to listen. Here's the deal. Oh, I'm going to listen? Yeah, you are. E, are you under the influence of anything? I'm trying to make any sense of this because nothing. You just told me my fiance's dead, and then you're like, I haven't seen a tear come out of your eye. So the thing is, because I don't believe you, to be frank. I really don't. Seriously, I don't. Okay. I tell you what, I want you to just absorb it, okay? All right, we're telling you the truth. All right. Let's just absorb. How am I supposed to know that it's the truth? Okay, because even at a police station, we don't play around. Yeah, y'all do. No, we don't. Yeah, you know that. So, anyway, can I get you some more water or anything? No. Need a snack or anything? No. All right. Why don't you just relax, come absorb this, we'll come back and talk to you just a bit, okay? Water.
He know damn well his fat ass want a snack. I want the snack they offered him. I will fuck up them chips that they about to bring back. Oh, he wildin'. He got his shirt off now and shit. He can't even punch a hole through the drywall, bro. What the fuck? Oh, shit.
After Brooks destroys the camera in the interrogation room, detectives quickly move him to another room, hoping he'll calm down. Instead, Brooks's rage continues to spiral, becoming even more chaotic and uncontrollable.
Just relax. You think I fucking had something to do with my fiance? I don't want to fucking talk to you guys anymore. I'm done. I'm fucking talking to you guys. I'm done. Shut up, you fucking prick.
Yeah, bro. He's just mad that he remembers that shit, bro. He's just mad that he did that shit. He's mad at himself for being that stupid, bro. Not being able to control his actions. He's definitely guilty as shit. I think being blackout drunk had a big role to play in it. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're an angry person naturally, right? If you drink, you're going to be angry times 100, dog. So, if you're a person who can't control their actions normally, like, if you're someone who like smacks their wife or fucking, you know, does abusive shit when you're sober, There's no telling what the fuck you're gonna do when you're drunk. You know what I mean?
What are you doing, man? Took my shirt off. It's getting hot in here. You got a problem with that? Don't damage anything else, okay? Did I damage anything other than a
Hey Nicole, welcome to the chat.
plastic cup? Okay. Yeah, I didn't. So, off.
Brooks goes on to rampage for another hour, forcing detectives to eventually end the interrogation. His explosive behavior prevented detectives from obtaining any meaningful answers, let alone a confession. Still, based on statements from Haley's friends, Brooks's inconsistent narrative, and his aggressive outburst at the restaurant earlier that day, detectives speculate he is heavily intoxicated. One friend even told them Brooks had been smoking weed that night, though officers suspected he might have also been under the influence of something stronger when Haley died. Based on their research, investigators speculated that Brooks's aggressive mindset that night may have been sparked by Haley's attempts to leave him. Haley had recently started moving forward with her life. She was starting a new job, buying her first car, and had even arranged a safe decided to leave Brooks for good. Some detectives believed that when Haley made her intentions clear, Brooks may have done everything he could to stop her, even if that meant picking up his shotgun, loading it, and pulling the trigger. They also speculated that afterwards, Brooks tried to conceal evidence, joke with the officers, and research. Investigators speculated that Brooks.
Okay, let me go back on the record. This is on the top of my page 5, State versus Cortland Henry, 19-1871, CF10A, and 23.
Inconsistent narrative and his aggressive outburst end the interrogation. His explosive behavior prevented detectives from obtaining any meaningful answers, let alone a confession. Still, based on statements from Haley's friends, Brooks's inconsistent narrative, and his aggressive outburst at the restaurant earlier that day, detectives speculate he is heavily intoxicated. One friend even told them Brooks had been smoking weed that night, though officers.
Oh, weed don't make you like that though. It's definitely the alcohol. Like, bro, and them two bros smoke weed all the time. So the weed is not gonna make him high for like 6 fucking hours, bro. Definitely the liquor.
Suspected he might have also been under the influence of something stronger when Haley died. Based on their research, investigators speculated that Brooks's aggressive mindset that night may have been sparked by Haley's attempts to leave him. Haley had recently started moving forward with her life. She was starting a new job, buying her first car, and had even arranged a safe place to stay if she decided to leave Brooks for good. Some detectives believed that when Haley made her intentions clear, Brooks may have done everything he could to stop her, even if that meant picking up his shotgun, loading it, and pulling the trigger. They also speculated that afterwards, Brooks tried to conceal evidence, joke with the officers, and spin lie after lie, all to avoid the consequences of killing the woman he claimed to love more than anything. In the end, the case went to trial, but despite all of the red flags and Brooks's violent history, the prosecution didn't have the evidence to pursue murder charges.
What more do you need, bro? What more do you need to pursue murder charges? You have a dead person, 2 people in the house, a gun with his fingerprints on it, and her with a shotgun shot to injury to the face. That was fatal. What more do you need, chat? Am I tripping? What more do you need, chat? Chat, let me know, chat. What do you need to get a murder charge? I think there's way more evidence than necessary for a murder charge. Am I tripping?
Haley's autopsy was deemed inconclusive, unable to confirm whether her death was homicide or self-inflicted. On top of that, it was reported that key forensic...
Bro, who's this kid's dad? Who's this kid's family? That's what I'm asking. Who's out here doing suicides with a shotgun, bro? Don't nobody suicide themselves with a shotgun in front of their drunk boyfriend. I guarantee you she was like, I'm leaving, bro. You're too drunk. Like, this is too much. This is the end of the line for me. He got in front of the door with the gun, shot her in the face. I can almost guarantee that's how this played out.
Forensic evidence was mishandled, and investigators failed to test Haley for gunshot residue and only tested Brooks. Even then, his hands were reportedly swabbed after he had time to wash them, rendering the results essentially meaningless. That mistake gave the defense room to argue Haley may have pulled the trigger. If her hands had shown residue, it could have supported a theory of a self-inflicted death, but if her hands had tested clean, it would have strongly pointed to Brooks as the shooter. Instead of facing a murder charge, Brooks was tried on lesser offenses, concealing the death of another, making false statements, and interference with government property. In November of 2024, a jury found him guilty, and he was sentenced to 11 years in prison. With time served, Brooks Cleary is set to walk free in 2033.
Right where your spine is, because he was...
Bro, that's a terrible fucking case. That's a terrible fucking case. I hope he don't make, man, I hope somebody take care of that in jail, bro. That girl's poor family. That poor girl, all she did was love that boy. And man, now we see why those police push so hard for a confession, even when we know like everything, all the ducks, everything points to this being that. You know what I mean? Now we know why the police push so hard for a confession when it seems so blatant. Because you never know what the fuck's gonna happen in court, bro. Like you never know. I can't believe them police were that terrible on the crime scene to not test her, to not make sure they did all the things they needed to do to make sure he was convicted, bro. And then the DA is such a pussy. Like he knows damn well he could have went for murder charges. I don't even care if they would have argued the gun residue, bro. No jury was finna let that kid off. Like, I don't even care about the mistakes that the cops made. I mean, I do, but if I'm the DA, bro, and that's what I say, if it's not 100% slam dunk, these fools won't take the case. They had 99% of the shit they needed, bro. And the DA's like, nope, I can't for sure convict him on that. And like starts making up defenses for the dude, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like for reasons why he might not be able to convict dude.
Telling me, he was like, if you hit right there, like just one like good hit, you can just knock the person out and then they'll be dead. And she was like pretending to be.
Next video is called Only 17. Charming killer kid, teen girl, wild police interrogation. This is from Crime Circus, is the YouTube channel.
Elevate your hands over it.
Thank you so much. Right where your spine is, because he dead for a while. Right where your spine is, because he was telling me, he was like, if you hit right there, like just one like good hit, you can just knock the person out and then they'll be dead. And she was like pretending to be dead for a while.
Thank you. All right. There you go. You can have a seat right here. Pull you in a little bit. You guys the bathroom? Okay. Can you grab the cutters?
Yeah.
Scissors should be fine, right?
Yeah.
I got heavy duty ones.
Yeah. You alright?
Yeah. Yeah, my hand just feels
What's wrong with her hands? Are they burned?
a little weird.
Yeah, I bet. Alright, here are your fries.
They got her a whole meal. She got a little coffee drink.
Here's my wrapper.
I would fuck some McDonald's up right now.
Yeah, I was getting really sick of the hospital food.
I bet.
And there was one point where like I couldn't even eat.
I'm just gonna break the box a little bit so you don't have to like elevate your hands over it.
Thank you so much.
Drop in a couple napkins here, napkins here.
I don't think I've met you before, have I?
No. You remember my name? Coolness. Coolness.
So they think she killed her grandma? Is that she was a carefree girl who decided to send her grandma to a safer place? She's now ready to tell us everything.
Really?
Swear. That's probably why I was class clown 25.
Miss Coolness. That's a pretty
Miss Coolness, Shannon Coolness, whatever you want.
That's pretty. I mean, you look familiar.
Yeah?
But I
Hey, Pamela, welcome back to the chat, girl.
couldn't like. I don't remember.
You see if big man wants this. I have to use the little girl's room.
Okay.
He'll be right back in with you. Oh. Don't spit in his drink.
I won't.
You.
Hell yeah, they rolling out the red carpet tie. She eating better than me tonight, bro. The fuck? I'll tear up a double quarter pounder.
Is anything in that bag gonna help you right now? No, because it's not utensils.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab it and put it out here.
Okay.
If you need anything, just help.
Okay.
I hate this shit, bro. Like when kids do wild ass shit and then they try to act like a kid around other people. Like, bro, you get that kid pass taken away from me. I wish they would just
Watch that.
What up, Danola? Welcome back to the chat. You know, we like when the members show up to the live stream, guys. Definitely give her a warm welcome.
What else did I watch? I watched sort of like, you know what NCIS is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was something sort of like that. I don't know what it was called.
You like that show?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Was it isn't there a comedy one? I think there's like a comedy one that they have out now.
No.
Okay, I don't watch much TV.
You watch sports.
You into sports? Obviously, I guess was told the karate stuff.
Kung Fu, yeah.
What's up with that stuff?
Mm,
Is it kung fu? Is that what it's called?
well, I did this martial arts called Tang Sudo for 6 years, and that's South Korean. And then I grew out of that, and then I found Shaolin Gong Fu, which is basically Kung Fu, but that's what they call it in Chinese. And so I started doing that, and I've been doing that for 4 or 5 years.
I actually heard you pretty good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll go to
I was
tournaments.
confident.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go to tournaments all the time. I went to China for.
We don't know who was it. I think Justice bought it for you, Danola. I think Justice bought you a membership. She gifted a membership to the chat, and I think that's how you got it. So yeah, but you're a longtime viewer, so definitely happy to see when people who show up to the live streams get the gifted memberships from YouTube. But yeah, I think it was Justice who did that for you, Broken Justice. I don't know. They haven't said what happened to her hands yet. I believe they think she killed her grandma though. So This is kind of just the beginning. They just brought the burgers in and shit. They haven't really started asking her any questions.
For a month last year.
I've been to Korea, which that's what you first learn, I guess, Korean martial arts or whatever.
Yeah, we were all really happy for you, Danola. Like that was cool. We were all like, yeah, man, too bad she's not here right now, but she's gonna be stoked when she comes back.
You ever been there or no? Froze my ass off. One of the coolest places I've ever been.
Oh my gosh.
Serious.
South Korea? Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to North Korea.
Yeah, I don't think they'll allow me in North Korea.
I had a marathon last weekend. I said a lot of people went.
North Korea.
North Korea. I couldn't believe it. Maybe it was fake news.
There's a lot of fake news.
There is a lot of fake news.
I was hearing stuff about, like, as I was, like, scrolling through, like, the channels or whatever, I kept hearing stuff about Hitler.
Yeah, I read.
Open-minded.
You
Except
don't like country, do you?
I don't like country.
Monica with back-to-back hundreds in the chat. She always standing on one. She's always standing down, 10 toes down, man. Thank you so much, Monica. Appreciate the gifts.
I really don't like country.
We can be friends then. I'm not in the country.
I've tried, but no. It doesn't, I can't vibe with it. And that's it. Maybe a little bit of tennis.
Okay.
Bro, I hate teenage girls. I swear to you, I hate teenage girls, especially evil ones, bro. Like, I just hate their mannerisms and shit. It's just so fucking extra. It's like they think they're like on a fucking TV show or something. Like they always do mannerisms or little things that they think someone think is gonna be quirky or cute. Like I swear, it just makes me mad, bro.
Oh, good sport.
Who left me scraps?
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Scraps.
I'm sorry. I haven't had a McDonald's fry in like 16 years.
Take my french fries.
No, I'm good. I had back food twice today. Twice.
You know your stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Everything?
You want to pick at the fries maybe while we sit here? Yeah. Give me that back so I can toss my McFlurry in it.
I mean, don't make sure it's standing up. You're gonna get stuff everywhere.
I'm clear. I'm not done with it. It's gonna be bone dry by the time I'm done. What am I, a rookie?
I don't know.
Leigh.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, the female spelling.
Date of birth?
March 18, 2000.
Damn, you did just have a birthday.
She 25 now.
And where were you staying at?
The address?
Yeah, you got your grams at 1911. You remember that?
I don't know if her hands are burnt. I think they're burnt or something. I don't know.
1911 Furlong Run.
How long you been there for? Hanging out there?
Over
Wow.
a year.
Over a year.
Well, technically, when they had custody of me, like when they got custody of me, then I was staying. I mean,
Yeah, I think YouTube selects the members through watch hours.
I lived there before. I was living there till like
When they're gifted.
2011, and then I moved out to go live in Duluth with my parents because we were all staying at my grandparents' house. So it was me, my grandparents, and my parents. So.
How long have they lived in that house for? A while, I guess?
Which one?
The Furlong.
Oh, they lived there since it was built.
I gotcha.
Like 20 something years.
And you got a phone number?
No.
Have you ever had a phone number? Or
Yes.
what was that?
67790. I haven't had a phone since like December because my ex-boyfriend sold it.
Sold it or sold it?
Did you want him to sell it? Or?
No. He told me, we went to the mall one day and then I lost it. And then he said, oh, you might have lost it at the... So me over here thinking I lost it, and then I found out that he just sold my phone. So I was like...
Did you do some karate chops on him or anything? Or
well,
kick his butt?
You know, overseas they call the quarter pounder the double royal. Yeah, because they don't know, they use the metric system. So like if you go to the UK or Australia, the quarter pounder is called the double royal. Hey Kyle, man, thank you keeping it 100 in the chat, bro. Appreciate them jewels.
He already went to jail before I could do anything.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's payback in itself.
Yeah.
Did you go? Did you graduate high school or?
No.
Actually, you're only.
Still a junior.
Okay.
Technically.
At Duluth?
No. I do online now. It's K-12 International. I stopped going to Duluth in he did it with me too. He kept going and I kept telling him to stop. Now she's like saying that I'm stalking her when I've only met the girl like twice.
Yeah, I talked to Johnny a couple days ago, and just talking to him, I think she definitely was crazy. So.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. So he sends his regards and all that stuff. So.
Is he doing okay?
No, he's fine. Okay. Yeah, he actually is better off than you. You know, they weren't that deep or anything. So he didn't.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I could have sworn he did worse than me because I remember when we were in the bathroom, because he did it with me too. He kept going and I kept telling him to stop. So.
Yeah, maybe this tougher skin. I don't really know.
Okay.
So I guess let's.
Nicole, yeah, that's why I've been skipping. I'm already like 30 minutes in, 21 minutes into this interrogation. They're just playing softball with her. Like they're not asking her about her crime or her hands or nothing yet. It's really frustrating me because like I was saying, how teenage girls put on their show, like it's just annoying, especially when you know they're like alleged to have killed somebody or something. You know what I mean? Like you don't get to play that little kid role no more, bro. Like you literally put yourself in an adult situation.
Guess let's start from scratch about what happened, starting from when you ran away, I guess. Is that the 31st? Do you remember? Or 28th or something like that?
I didn't really run away. My grandma like kicked me out.
Okay.
Cause like this is what happened. Like I was chilling with Johnny and my other friend Sabrina, and I came home because it was time for curfew. Because I didn't want to violate my probation, so I came home. And my grandpa was asleep, and my grandma got really mad at me, and she was like saying like, "Oh, if you don't like it here, we're just gonna find somewhere else for you to stay." And she just said that out of the blue. Like she just got really mad for some reason. And so I was just like, if you're gonna find another place for me to stay, I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna find somewhere else to go.
I think if the kids are 11 or under, yes, Pamela. But if they're like 15 or older, no, because you're pretty well developed at that point. Like you know right from wrong. You know that you're not a fucking Power Ranger or a Ninja Turtle or a video game. You know what I mean? Like you understand. You might not fully understand the consequences of life, but you understand the consequences of death. Like around 14, 15, you understand if someone's dead, they're not coming back.
So.
And this was basically when you took off, you came back, your grandparents were home, and I guess that's when you had that argument?
Wait, what?
You just had an argument with your grandma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Then I left.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I got you. And then when you left, where'd you go to?
I was just staying with. We were sleeping in his car.
And what kind of car is that?
It was a blue like Honda or Toyota. It was like kind of like the car that.
Back-to-back 100s from Kyle in the chat. Thank you, Kyle, for them jewels. I appreciate you, my guy.
That you have like the same style ish.
Like 4 doors.
And then so you're kicking it with Johnny. Where are you kicking it with him at?
We were just all over the place, Bailey. We were just trying to find something to do, just keep, just have something to do because we don't want to just sit around and do nothing. So, we were finding like people to chill with and go to the mall or something.
Was it all your friends you were chilling with, or all his friends, or a combination? Or?
It was sort of like combination between both.
Who are your friends? Is it just Sabrina, or you got other?
I mean, I only have like one other friend, Izzy.
Izzy?
I don't like chilling with like a lot of people just because I don't trust a lot of people.
I'm the same way. I literally only have a couple friends myself, so she's one of them. So you, so I guess when do you decide to go back to your grandparents' house in the middle of the night?
It was like a couple days after, like 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm. You remember Saturday, Sunday? Do you have an exact?
I don't really remember. Like I didn't really even know like what day it was that we went into the house.
And before you did that, did you and Johnny meet up somewhere at a park or something to talk about what's going on?
We went to Peace Ridge Park and we talked about it. At first, it wasn't my idea at first.
How did you even get, I guess, what was said? How did you even bring up? What was the context?
He first asked me, "Are you afraid to die?" And I said no. And then I asked him, "Are you afraid to die?" He said no. And he was just talking about how we could like run away together, you know, that kind of like dream. And he asked me, he was like, "Would you tell your grandparents?" And I kind of like hesitated for a minute.
So she about to blame it on the boy. She about to say, he made me do it. The fuck, bro?
And I was like, "Why?" And he was just like, "I don't know. I mean, cause he knows."
Actually, I think you're right, Megan. I thought that was a tattoo on her neck at first. I don't know. Her face don't look very swollen to me, but that does look like a bruise on her neck now that you bring it up. Yeah, I thought it was a tattoo at first.
Knows probably everything that I've been through with all of my family, and he understands that, you know, like all I really wanted to do was just kind of get away from everything, kind of just move on with myself. Like I wasn't having a good relationship with my grandparents. Like it started getting really bad, you know, like that I got a charge from them because, you know, like I fought them, you know. I might have broken like my grandpa's ribs when, you know, for that charge for simple assault and simple battery, you know. And it just got really worse. We just kept arguing all the time, and then I don't know, I guess things like just seemed different. They didn't look at me the same anymore. Like they didn't, I don't know, it's like the vibe that they have was like they didn't really know what to do. They didn't really know like how to like be around me, I guess. They didn't really know how to talk to me. So I didn't really know like how to talk to them either. So it was just a really hard.
It was a big age difference too, so
yeah.
Know.
And then, you know, before all of the stuff happened with my parents, you know, like they treated me so much differently, you know. They trusted me, you know, I could have done anything at their house, you know, like I was free and I loved going over there, and it wasn't like I was actually like living there, so, you know, because I was with my parents, so I never like ever had that feeling. But even though I did live with them before, I don't know, it kind of just like changed throughout like the whole time that I was with them. So I don't know, I kind of just.
So I guess she's saying before she lived with her grandparents, they were great. After she moved in, they became more restricting. But that's because they started to see who you really were. Like when you were just a little kid going over there, they didn't have to discipline you. Now you're a fucking psycho teenager hanging out with other psycho teenagers, asking each other if you're scared to die in the park and should you kill the grandparents to run away. Like you didn't have to kill her. You didn't have to kill your grandma to run away, bro. She old as hell. You could have just ran away.
Yeah.
When you guys met at the park, did he ever go over the actual plan on how you guys would do it or anything like that? Or like what was that?
Well, I mean, we were just trying to figure out how to get money, and because he said that he might have had a warrant, and I didn't know if I had a warrant because, you know, my grandma kicked me out, and then she did the same thing that my mom did. Like my mom would kick me out. Then, like, a couple days later, she would call the cops saying that I ran away when I didn't. Like, sometimes, like, she would physically force me out of the house. Because like sometimes like I would just be like, Mom, like why are you doing this? And then she would like literally like grab my stuff and push me out the door, and then call the cops on me. So I felt like that's what like my grandma did, and I didn't know. So I was already figuring that I had a warrant or something that I already violated probation. And Johnny was saying that he might already like violated probation because he thought his mom called the cops on him or something. I don't know, but how we started talking about it was like we started out like with what time should we go to the house? How are we gonna do this? Like what materials do we need to do this? So we started talking about that, and then so we decided to go around like midnight or 1:30 because my grandma normally went to sleep around like 11:30, 12. So we decided like we would park down the road, and then the park was literally like right behind my backyard, like the neighborhood park. So I was able to go through the park and then cut through my backyard because there was a fence.
Monica, thank you so much for them jewels and keeping it 100 in the chat.
Like there was the trees, then there was my fence, and then there was the house. So you could easily like go through the trees, and then there was the little gate that you could go through. I didn't even think like you could even open it.
Yeah, how'd you guys move that cement? Isn't there like a cement block or cinder block or something?
Yeah, it was pretty easy to move. Like I was able to push the door out a little bit, and then like it was stuck, but I was able to maneuver my body over to get in the into the other side, and then I just moved the cement block over so then Johnny could get through. Gotcha. And then I moved it back.
Do you remember what you guys were wearing when you guys did this, or?
I was wearing like mostly red. Like I had like red sweatpants, I had a red hoodie on, I had like a black, like a t-shirt that I used as a mask. I think Johnny wore all black, maybe. Like a little bit of color.
Did the hoodie have a design or anything on it, do you remember? Or?
I think he had a design on the hoodie.
Yours?
No. Oh, well, yeah, on mine. I had something. It wasn't my hoodie. It was Johnny's because he let me borrow it. It said something on there. So it was like, had like white letters. And then I guess he had like this design on his hoodie too.
And you guys said you had t-shirts wrapped around. Did you guys?
They were just like, it was like a
rags or something.
Yeah, like an old t-shirt.
What was that for?
Just to like cover up our faces.
Excuse me. Do you remember what kind of shoes you were wearing, or no?
I was wearing combat boots. They were like Timbs. You know what Timbs are?
Yeah.
What, like
Timberlands.
Yeah, they're
like brown or black or?
They're brown, like a tan-ish.
Like hiking boots type thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
Do you remember what kind of shoes he wore, or? Was it like a skater? Did he skate or something? Skateboard?
Yeah. He was wearing some skater shoes or something. Okay. They might have been like Vans or.
What color were they? You remember?
I don't remember.
Y'all were living out of his car. Did he have like a lot of clothes in his car that he would change into?
Yeah.
Okay.
He already had clothes in his car.
Okay. But did he have like different shoes, or did he kind of just keep one pair of shoes on?
He had different shoes. He had a bunch of stuff in his car. Okay. It's kind of like Mary Poppins.
Okay.
That's a good frame of
You got some good analogies. I like that. So when you guys made it to the back door or the back gate, what'd you guys do next? How'd you move up to the house?
Well, we went up the stairs.
The decking stairs?
Yeah,
okay.
The back deck.
She trying to blame everything on Johnny, but at the end of the day, bro, this is your grandparents. Like, you're the one who knows how to get in and out the house. You're the one who knows where everything is. Like, she's really just trying to play it like an innocent kid. Like, and that Johnny manipulated her into this. No, this is 50-50, bro. Y'all both came up and executed this plan.
And my grandma was still up because we got there a little bit early. So we went back down and we were kind of just chilling over where...
the shed is?
Yeah, we were just chilling by the shed. And then we saw that the lights turned out, and then we just like stayed outside for a little bit longer just to, you know, wait. And then I already had the keys to my house because I already had a set of keys, so I was able to unlock the back door, and then that just made everything easier.
And as back door, do you mean the bottom back door, or so you're still talking about that door on the steps?
Yeah, like
Okay.
when you go up the back on the back deck, there's 2 doors.
Yeah, her grandparents didn't kick her out because when you get kicked out, you don't get to keep the house keys, bruh.
There's a door on the left and a door on the right, and I went to the door on the right because the door on the left had a sensor on it, like one of those like
Beep beep or whatever?
yeah,
Okay.
like the door 4 open. Something like that.
One of the ones that kind of like announces each door.
Mhm.
Okay. But the one you guys went into didn't have it.
Yeah, I was able to take that one out because like it was like a really old like alarm system. Like they had this alarm system for years, and all you had to do was just like you had to push this little button just to open it, and then just take the battery out. And I already took the battery out like a while ago.
What was that for? You taking the battery out?
Just to like sneak out.
Okay.
And plus, I hated that thing that went off every time. It got so annoying.
Okay.
So then you guys are at that back door now. You're the first one to kind of walk inside there, or how do you? Okay.
So there was stuff in front of the door because my grandma normally would block off the back door. But I was able to open. So I unlocked the back door. I was able to open the back door a little bit and not have the stuff in front of the door fall and make a noise. So I was able to like maneuver in, and then I moved the stuff in front of the door, and then I got Johnny in, and then we closed the door and locked it.
And then would you guys kind of just hang out downstairs, or did you start moving upstairs? Or?
We went upstairs. We didn't immediately go upstairs. Like we went to the stairs, and then we were like just listening, just hearing what was going on, and we thought everything was good, and then we went upstairs and.
Hold on. Did you guys have anything in your hands, or you just?
Yeah, I had what's it called? It's one of those car tools.
Is it?
Think she got in a fight or something in jail? Because she said she knew karate or some shit earlier, right?
To do a tire, or
Yeah,
is it
tire
to fix
iron.
it?
It was a tire iron. So I had one of those.
Where'd you get that at?
Johnny's car.
Okay.
He had one in his car.
His Honda or whatever.
And Johnny just used his fist, and he brought a black book bag that had duct tape in it, and it had the tire iron in it, and it had gloves in it, because we were also wearing gloves too.
I don't think her nose is messed up. I just think she has weird nostrils. Like, I think one nostril is more round and the other one's more, like, skinny.
What kind of gloves?
They were like
hospital gloves or regular?
hospital
okay.
gloves.
What color were they? You remember?
Blue-ish?
Okay.
Yeah, they were blue.
Okay.
So
now you guys are at the stairs, starting to go up the stairs.
yeah.
You actually had the tire iron in your hand, or is it still in the book bag?
I had the tire iron in my hand. We got it out before we went inside the house. So I had it in my hand. And Johnny didn't have any weapon. He just used his fist.
Okay.
So who's
first up the stairs? Is it you and he's kind of following you, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go up the stairs. He goes into my grandpa's room, and then I go into my grandma's room. And yeah.
And then do you hear kind of what's going on over there? And does that kind of cue you off to with your grandmother there?
Yeah, he started going at it, and then I could hear my grandpa just yelling, them fighting, and then I started getting the rush, and then that's when I started hitting my grandma in the head.
So you took the tire iron. Is it just?
I started just beating her head with it.
Does she have a pillow over her head? Do you know, or
no?
Was she...
Bro, the way she describes it is so chilling. Like, she's talking like she stole a fucking candy bar. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I just kept hitting her. Like, wow. Man.
She have a pillow around her head or something? Okay.
The way she was laying was she was on her stomach, and her head was facing to the right. If you go into the bedroom, you look at the bed, so her head was facing like the opposite direction, so she couldn't see me coming through the door.
Okay.
So, and then he started, beating my grandpa, and then after a little bit, I like hit her really hard on the back of the head, and then she started like screaming and stuff. And
Was that the first hit?
Yeah.
The back of the head?
Yeah. That's where I mainly hit her in the head. She bit me.
I think I took a picture of that yesterday, right?
Yeah, she bit me in my finger too, but I forgot which finger. It was on my right hand. I think it was either like my middle finger or it was that one.
And when you and your grandmother used to get into it, that's kind of how did she bite you before to kind of get you off or whatnot?
Yeah, she's bitten me before.
Well, she's bitten you before too.
Yeah, I haven't bitten her, but she's bitten me before.
Okay.
Have you, like when you guys were in it, or did you just come up and bite you?
No, like when we were in it.
Okay.
Like I had this mark on my hand from where she bit me for a while.
Where did she bite you that night? On your finger?
Yeah.
Anywhere else?
On my arm, where they took the picture of it, and then that was it.
So you're in the bedroom with your grandmother. When do you meet back up with Johnny? Do you leave your grandmother there, or kind of what happens?
So I started hitting my grandma, and I already had duct tape, and then Johnny's doing his thing, and I stopped hearing Johnny doing whatever, and so he comes in the room with me and my grandma, and he helps me like tie up my grandma with the duct tape, and
how did you do that? Is it just her hands, or?
I got her hands,
Right, Tony. She murdered an old lady in her sleep, and then her boyfriend murdered her grandpa in his sleep, bro. They could have robbed the house. Like they could have stole their wallets and shit and just left. Like they didn't have to do this. They had a weird fascination with murder and death, and they let that shit play out. Like that's literally what happened. It had nothing to do with trying to get away from a bad situation or any of this bullshit she was trying to like frame earlier in the conversation.
I got her whole head, and then I got her ankles.
Okay, with her hands.
Just behind her back.
Just like this?
Yeah.
And then what about anything on her head or neck, or did you?
Yeah, we kind of like wrapped the duct tape around her head-ish. So, and then that was it.
What was that for?
Just so that she kept it on. I just cut it.
What's crazy is this is how teenagers talk, bro, normally. Like, if you just ask them about their day at school, like this same tone, this same, like, sarcasm or, like, nonchalantness, like, this is how they talk about everything, bro. And that's fucking annoying. But it's really infuriating when they talk like that about somebody, like a crime of this magnitude. Like, it just escalates it times 10.
And you said her ankles too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Johnny helped you tie her up?
Yeah, I mean, I mostly did it, but I needed like a little bit of help because, she was like,
Monica sending in them jewels. Thank you so much, Monica. Always 10 toes down in the chat.
Moving around and stuff, and so he helped me a little bit, and then he went back into my grandpa's room, and then
What were you doing when he went back in your grandpa's room?
I was still with my grandma, and then
in her room.
Yeah, and then I dragged her into my grandpa's room, and Johnny asked.
Oh, guys, make sure on your YouTube profiles that your profile can accept gifts. If your profile can accept if you don't have that selected, then you won't receive any gifted memberships if another member decides to gift them to the chat. I just looked it up. It's done. It is picked by watch hours, activity, comments, all the stuff we thought. But you also have to have the ability to accept gifts, which means you have to be signed into a Google account and you have to go to your settings and click accept gifts.
Me to go get some knives. So I got some knives from downstairs in the kitchen, and I got 3 like big butcher knives. And then that's when he started like stabbing my grandpa. Cause then I went back upstairs because I dragged my grandma into my grandpa's room, so they were both in there. And then I asked her for the code to her safe, cause I already knew that she had a safe in her closet. I just didn't know it was in the safe. So, I mean...
Did she tell you?
Yeah, I mean, like, she kept saying, like, I'll give you money, I'll give you my keys, you know, I'll give you anything you want. But, yeah, she just kept
Was she able to talk with the duct tape around her face?
Yeah. Like, she was, like, mumbling. You could still understand her, but, like, at the same time, you couldn't.
Like, it wasn't like her mouth was shut. Like,
Yeah.
almost as if...
It was like that.
Okay. Almost as if, like, she could still move her mouth enough
Yeah.
to make the words behind the tape. Okay.
She looks like a possum or some shit, like a raccoon or a possum. That's like, she has like a rodent type facial features. Master Splinter.
This is a Crime Circus presentation.
And then when Johnny's stabbing your grandfather, is it mainly in the torso or okay?
Yeah, he just, I don't know why he did that, but he just kept going.
How many times? More than 2? More
Yeah,
5?
more than.
Oh, Megan, for sure. She had to have like skull fractures or and like a broken jaw. Like, I mean, a few hits from a tire iron, bro, will do a ton of damage. And she's literally expressed that she continued to hit her multiple times. It wasn't like she just hit her once. She freaked out on her, and this grandma was so tough, she was still alive, not unconscious through the whole thing, bro. It's really sad.
5.
Okay.
It was more than 5.
And then what happened when he was done with that? What were you doing? What were you guys doing next?
So we left my grandma sitting there on the floor, and then I got the code to the safe. So Johnny's watching my grandpa and my grandma, and I'm over.
How'd you get that code? Did she tell you guys or?
She told us.
Okay.
So she told us the code, and you know, I went in the closet because that's where they kept the safe. So, you know, I go in there, you know, I'm checking out all the stuff, and I grab the book bag, and I just start stuffing the book bag with everything, you know. Like, there was envelopes just filled with money. There was probably about, like, $1,000 that we found in that safe that they were just saving. And
She's so stupid. She thinks $1,000 is a lot of money. $1,000 won't even pay a grown-up's bills. Most grown-ups have like $2,000 to $3,000 worth of bills before you, and that's on the low end. That's if you're living modestly in like a small apartment somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or a humble house. You got to make $3,000 a month before you can even save $1. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I just can't believe this shit, bro.
Did you know about that money or you just said no?
well, my grandma, it was kind of weird. Like, she was kind of giving me, like, an idea about it before. Like, she was saying, what if I just gave you $1,000? Would that just make the world a better place? I'm just like, no, I don't want $1,000, you know? So, you know, she kept saying that, and then, like, when I saw it, I was just like, wow, she actually had $1,000 in her safe. Like, that's crazy.
So you guys put that stuff in a bag and then basically Johnny's in your grandpa's room with your grandpa and your grandma in the room. Do you come back in there and say, hey, I got this stuff or what? Okay.
Yeah, I go back into the room and I tell him that I got the stuff. And so after that, he slits my grandpa's throat. And then we drag my grandma into the bathroom. And
What was the reason for that? Just to bring her to the bathroom?
yeah, I don't know why we brought her back.
Right, Saltwater? Like if you got some cool toys or a nice house, bro, you're talking 10 bands for some people. Some people's expenses are 10 to 30,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? A modest person with an apartment, regular job, about 3 to 5. So like hers, like $1,000, like thinking it's so much just tells you how stupid she is. Look at her face, bro. Look at the little emotion she tries to put on her face. Like she tries to act like talk like a character or look cute or look funny. Like none of this situation is like that, bro. We don't need your funky ass expressions.
Into the bathroom. I guess we didn't want to bring her into the bedroom.
Okay.
So we just brought her into the bathroom. And then, yeah. And then Johnny slit her throat too.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually hit her in the back of the head with the tire iron. Well, not the back of the head, but like right where your spine is. Because he was telling me, he was like, if you hit right there, like just one like good hit, you can just knock the person out and then they'll be dead.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like pretending to be dead for a while. Like I would, check up on her and
Bro, she wasn't pretending to be dead, bro. She was going in and out of consciousness.
I would see that she was still breathing, and I'll be like, Johnny, she's still alive. What the heck? And then, like, Johnny finally, like made the, like, last blow, and it was kind of creepy, because she was, like, scared to die. Like, she shitted herself and peed herself.
How did she?
It was kind of gross. That was really...
So you said the last blow, though,
was just, like, the last hit. Like that.
Last hit with the tire iron? And who did that? You were Johnny?
Johnny.
Had her throat already been slit?
And then after he, like, did that, then he slit her throat.
Oh, okay. So her throat wasn't slit until...
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And then did you guys pretty much just leave the upstairs, or?
Yeah, well, we were just... After that, then we closed the doors, and then we were just checking around, seeing if everything was okay, and then I started grabbing my clothes and start stuffing bags with my clothes, and then Johnny's, walking around doing his thing, checking to make sure that they were both dead, and checking to make sure if we didn't forget anything, and yeah, then we left, and then we came back to the house.
When you guys left, where'd you guys go to?
We went over to like Kroger or Publix to go get something to eat, and then we went back to the house and we just kind of like chilled there.
Which one?
It was like on Old Peachtree.
Were you in Johnny's car when you guys left, or?
No, we took my grandpa's car.
Did you leave Johnny's car at the apartment, or the park rather?
Yeah, well, after I got my grandpa's car, I drove over to Johnny's car, and we dropped Johnny's car off over by these little like stores. I forgot. It's over by the Kroger that we would normally go to.
Would you go to the Kroger at Riverside?
I think.
It was like a Kroger,
Sonic.
Hibachi.
There's a Sonic right in front of it. The
Mhm.
brand new QT on this
Yeah.
corner, and they took out the old QT.
Yeah.
So like you come out of your neighborhood, you make a left. You go down to Duluth and you make a left, and then the Kroger's on the right.
Yeah.
So is that car still there, probably, or no?
Yeah, I bet the car's still there. It's parked in like, it's like over where like Quinceañera place is, There's like, there was like.
The Hampton Inn, more towards the Hampton Inn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Near like the uniform store?
Mhm.
Okay.
Somewhere, it was over in that area.
Kind of behind the old QT.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you guys went back to the house, and then did you do anything to the doors, or?
Johnny did. He glued the doors.
Okay.
He went in my garage and found the, what's it called? I don't know.
Caulk.
Yeah. So yeah, he did that.
Okay. And what was the point of that is what? Just.
He just did that. He just decided to do that. He didn't tell me. I just watched him and I was just like, okay.
Okay.
Like, you got it.
Did you guys kind of just stay in the house then, or?
Yeah, it was kind of both. We were kind of like in and out of the house for a couple days. It was just me and him. We didn't tell anyone. I mean, I told my friends that my grandparents went on a vacation for like 2 weeks.
Did you call some of your friends ever and say, hey, if you guys want to come over? Because I spoke to some people, and that's just the rumor going out. They said, hey, if you guys want to come over, not for a party or anything, but, I got some money, grandparents are out of town. Yeah.
I mean, I would just tell people, like, I would just be like, hey, like, I have, like, the free crib, but I wouldn't have people come over. I'd just be like, if y'all are trying to chill, I'll come meet up with you.
Okay.
I wouldn't let them go to the house.
Right.
That makes sense.
Now can I ask a question? Obviously when you guys were done with everything, you had some blood on you, I bet.
Yeah, I had some blood on my face.
Okay. Did you change clothes?
Yeah.
Were you in the house when you changed your clothes?
Yes.
Okay. Did you had extra clothes because you lived there?
Yeah.
What about Johnny? Did Johnny have to change clothes?
Yes.
Okay. What'd you guys do with those clothes?
We put them in a trash bag, and I think we left the trash bag in my grandpa's car.
Okay.
With the knives that he used. So it was all in like one trash bag.
And that backpack you were talking about that he used, did it have a design on it?
It was just all black, said Jansport. Just
Okay.
one of those small little 1 or 2 pocket book bags.
Okay. And when you dropped his Honda off, what was the point of leaving it at the Kroger?
He said that he didn't want to drive around with that car anymore because technically that wasn't his car. I mean, it was under his mom.
Bro, they had no plan. They had no plan, no rhyme or reason to what was going on. Man, I hope they don't get let off easy. I hope her and this boy do a life sentence, bro. I don't want them to get the possibility for parole.
Served it.
It was
Let's
like,
get the shit going.
It's both.
Both?
Honestly. Like, I mean, I stopped doing Kung Fu for a while just because, my mind wasn't there. I just, all of my feelings and my emotions were all over the place and I wasn't able to focus. So that really affected, my Kung Fu. But when I was there, I don't know, just all of my emotions kind of just, came out when it was happening. I was just angry and I was sad, but I was heartbroken at the same time, because it was just
You was not heartbroken, bro. If you had any emotion, let's say you just was tripping, right? Let's say you just was tripping and you really didn't want nothing like this to happen. Or you were just acting out of character. If you had any fear of the situation, then you would have, as soon as you hit that lady the first time, bro, you would have freaked out personally. You would have freaked out personally and stopped. But you went through with the whole thing, including slitting these people's throats or observing someone slitting these people's throats. Like that, there's no redemption, bro. The brutality in this murder. It wasn't like sometimes people try to rob people and they accidentally kill them. You know what I mean? Like something happens, somebody freaks out. Like this was not that situation, bro. This was not that situation at all.
why did all of this stuff have to, happen with my family, why did I have to deal with all this bullshit, and it's just, I just kind of really got tired of it and I couldn't handle it anymore, I just kept exploding inside almost. I wanted to just run away and just be by myself with someone, and just start my life. I was just tired of being...
And Grandma and Grandpa were your biggest hurdles?
Yeah. Just because,
Is that how you saw them, as your biggest hurdles to being with Johnny?
No. They were my biggest hurdles because of probation.
Okay.
If I didn't get probation, I wouldn't be in this, I don't know, probation kind of really messed me up because, I was going to get a job, I was going to, start getting money, just, starting my life. And then once I got probation, it kind of just, really messed up everything, I had to be home at a certain time and I couldn't do as much stuff as I, used to do. And, that really made me angry because, I used to just be able to do whatever, I wanted to,
When you, during this whole week, kind of in between, you guys obviously took Grandma's credit card. You swiped it a bunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get denied when you were trying to swipe it?
No.
Okay.
We tried to take cash out, but then we found out it was a debit card.
Okay.
That's the only reason why we get denied.
You got $1,000 in cash. Did you spend it all, or do you have it all?
We spent it all.
Okay.
On food, money, weed.
And the money you were gonna potentially get from Johnny's family was gonna be what you were gonna start new with?
Yeah.
Where were you gonna go afterwards?
We were gonna go like to Florida.
Okay. Anywhere in particular?
Maybe like Pensacola, Panama City, just somewhere, you know, where we could just like escape.
Yeah.
Just somewhere where we could just kind of like escape reality. Because
I gotcha.
that's kind of just all I've been wanting to do for such a long time, which is
Escape reality or kill grandma and grandpa?
well, no, not kill them. Kind of just like escape from everything, you know,
Okay.
just start my life, you know, like I don't know, like just. I just wanted to move on from everything, just my family, you know, like, I couldn't be around them because just everything that, you know, we've all been through, you know, it's just so much betrayal and lies.
Did Johnny have a similar relationship with his family, or was his more of a beneficiary kind of thing? He wanted their money and...
Well, the way I saw their relationship was, his mom, you know, would get on him a lot, saying, you know, like, you're not doing anything with your life, and blah, blah, blah. When he had, like, he just got out of jail, he had 2 jobs, he was back in school, he was, getting his shit together.
Right.
And then, you know, his mom kept saying, you know, like, you're just worthless, you know, you're not doing anything.
Kind of putting him down.
Yeah.
So it was more of a hostile relationship between them with that.
Hey, do me a favor. You gotta take a look at that. That's you and him, right? Is that at your grandparents' house? It sure looks like the living room of your grandparents' house.
How would that be possible?
Who's taking that?
That couldn't be at my grandparents' house. There was no one at my grandparents' house, so that could have been at my grandparents' house.
Well, I mean, I didn't shit this out. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Who, you know what I'm saying?
What is it that he's showing her? That there was someone else there?
I mean, it sounds like.
Well, let me watch it again. That must have been before.
Who's over there?
That might have been like Izzy or Sabrina.
But your grandparents didn't like Johnny, so when was he at your house much?
Like, he didn't go to my house at all. Like, I mean, that couldn't have been at my house. That had to be in someone else's house because we had no one at my house. It was just me and Johnny.
I mean, you've been honest with me. I saw that, and obviously I've been at your grandparents' house. You know what your grandparents' house looks like, and just even the stuff said almost seems after the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to tell us? Anything else you think we should know about any of this? No? Okay. Did you guys hurt anybody else, steal from anybody else, do anything else?
No.
We're not going to find a body in Johnny's trunk?
No.
The tire iron came from his car?
No. Oh, I do have a question though.
What's up?
I got a charge for, what's it called? It was Johnny's ex said I was stalking her.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Oh, I have no idea.
You don't know anything
No,
about
I don't know anything about that. Yeah, cool.
Don't nobody care about Johnny's ex, you stalking Johnny's ex, or whatever bullshit you was talking about. We don't care about that. That has nothing to do with the case right now.
If you need anything.
Now she want to cry. What up, Whiskey? Welcome to the chat, girl.
You're being charged of malice murder for your grandmother and then malice murder for your grandfather. Okay? There's just the 2 warrants on there. Like I told you, I'm a straight shooter, and I'm just letting you know about that, okay? And obviously, you know my name. If you want to talk later on down the road or whatnot, you're more than welcome to call me, okay? My information's in here. So, okay? Officer duty now is going to transport you to the jail, so.
Is there someone who can wrap this better?
We can probably get that done by the nurse.
They have nurses at the jail. I hate to make you hurt even worse. If you can just, the jail's literally right around the block. It'll take 2 seconds and then they can. Is that the messed up one too?
Yeah.
Do this as carefully as I can.
Who loosened that? The crime scene lady?
Yes. Okay, if you would just stick your hand through there. There you go.
Yeah, Pamela, I think you're right. Malice is like the intent, because malice is like ill-willed. You know what I mean? Like if someone has malice towards you, that means like they're mean. So yeah, I would say that would be the intent. I think you're right.
Okay.
Vicky, thank you for the subscription. Guys, we're on the road to 10,000 subs. So every subscription matters. We're over 5,200 now. Let's get to 6,000 by the end of this week, man. That's the goal. Let's get to 6,000 by next Monday.
Feel all right for now. It's only for 5 minutes, so.
Yeah, we're just going to literally.
Do you want those pads just to have them in your hand or no?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right over here. Do you want?
They never told us, Connie. They never let us know like how she got those injuries. It looks like burns or something, though, to be honest.
Need to do anything with it? I wasn't even paying attention.
This is actually for Johnny, and he's actually there. I'm tempted to just have you serve these for me there. Have you done that before? Just have him pulled out and just give it to him.
Okay, I can.
I think.
She got a life sentence.
Oh, that's cool.
You got my number. Yeah.
Yeah, if there's any issues.
Police department, please.
The next case is from Stay Awake Crime and Psychology. Killer husband realizes his wife is still breathing. I'm just scrubbing for any guns. I don't see any guns.
Police department.
Hello, help,
Yes.
This is 37-year-old Jimmy Allen. Jimmy just discovered his wife's body.
Bro, I'm 37. Bro, look way older than me. What the fuck?
In the basement of their Michigan home. 18 minutes earlier, he placed this 911 call.
Okay, what's going on there? She's in the basement.
Somebody called.
Pulled her up. I tried to give her CPR. I pulled her up.
The dispatcher instructed.
The valid kill them, then the old kill them, then call 911 plan, and act like you're not the killer. Yeah, that's a hard 37, man. Get for real, for real.
Instructed Jimmy to continue giving Amy CPR while several units rushed to the scene. Officer Ben J. Horn was the first to arrive. Despite the desperation in Jimmy's voice during the 911 call, it was eerily silent as Officer Horn approached the residence. However,
Hell no, hey love, you, hell no, you capping. You get a.
Stop the cap.
That's for you, hey love.
As soon as the officer made himself known, Jimmy began crying out for help.
Police department, police department.
Hello, help,
Yes.
please.
Jimmy was found in the basement, sobbing over his unresponsive wife's body. As he grieved, he continued performing CPR.
How long's she been down? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea?
Can't be more than about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Oddly enough, Amy didn't have any significant injuries, except for a very...
When people guess my age, most people say like my late 20s, but I think I look 35, 37 personally. Like I think I look about my age. But a lot of people guess that I'm a lot younger than I am.
faint mark near...
But I don't think that's because I look that young. I just think people be having rough ass lives and they be looking old.
Her jugular. By 8:57 p.m., more officers arrived along with several EMTs. They piled into the basement to take, especially since they had no clue to escalate things to this degree out of nowhere. But nobody seemed as shocked as Jimmy.
I'm hoping I wake up, dude.
Unfortunately for Jimmy, this was a nightmare that he wouldn't be waking up from. But suddenly, an EMT emerged from the basement.
Jimmy looked like he been in jail, bro. Jimmy looked like he been in jail before.
With a glimmer of hope.
She's fighting. Huh? What?
Says she's fighting.
The EMTs were able to re-establish a faint pulse, so Amy was still clinging to life. But when Jimmy realized that his wife was still breathing, he seemed frustrated by this promising news. His reaction immediately set off red flags for the officer.
Bro was like, oh, he's still alive. What the fuck? Like he went from sobbing, like, I don't know what's going on. I'm shaking. To like, what the fuck? When she was alive. Like, when they said she might be alive, she was like, what the fuck? Like, I know you was just choking, man. You good, hey love. You good. But yeah, bro, dude looked like he been in jail before. This might be racist. This tat might be racist. I don't know. That looks like a racist tat to me.
Jimmy then left the room momentarily to grab a new shirt, and when he came back, he called his daughter Ashley to inform her of the emergency.
We had an emergency. Don't go anywhere. There's an emergency. Don't go anywhere. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Jimmy didn't want Ashley to panic over the phone, so he kept his composure and didn't share any details of what had happened. But right after that phone call, he called his parents and spilled his heart out.
Oh, I don't know what to do, Mom. I don't know what to do. Oh, this is terrible. I gotta talk to the cops.
Although Jimmy was crying his heart out, the officer spotted no moisture on his face at all. They decided to have
no tears, bro, because what do we always say? Like, when someone really cries, you hear the ingestion. Is it congestion? Yeah, congestion in their nose. And like it gets runny because your nose is leaking. When you get a runny nose, that's your eyes leaking. That's why when you really cry, you always get a stuffy nose. So if someone's making crying sounds, but you see no snot or tears, then you know they're faking.
Have him wait outside, away from the crime scene. Shortly after, Amy was placed on a stretcher and taken to the back of an ambulance. They rushed her to the ProMedica Herrick Hospital, just 2 minutes away. The EMTs were finished in the basement, so the officers headed back inside to do further investigation. Now that the dust had settled, they immediately noticed something strange. The basement ceilings were very low, so low that they began to question the logistics of Jimmy's story. Amy was 5 foot 6 inches, and the basement ceiling wasn't much higher, roughly 7 feet. But rather than jumping to conclusions, the investigators decided to wrap things up for the night.
Wait, how did he say she died? She got hit by the ceiling fan? Is that what they're saying?
He called his parents and spilled his heart out.
Oh, I don't know what to do, Mom. I don't know what to do. Oh, this is terrible. I gotta talk to the cops.
Although Jimmy was crying his heart out, the officer spotted no moisture on his face at all. They decided to have him wait outside, away from the crime scene. Shortly after, Amy was placed on a stretcher and taken to the back of an ambulance. They rushed her to the ProMedica Herrick Hospital, just 2 minutes away. The EMTs were finished in the basement, so the officers headed back inside to do further investigation.
Shoot, I remember in college when we ran out of chasers, I would chase shit with water, bro. Like we would chase shit with shots, like water. Like water was the back. You know what I mean? Like when we ran out, it was I would take a swig of the liquor and just drink some water, bro. I remember the college days.
Now that the dust had settled, they immediately noticed something strange. The basement ceilings were very low, so low that they began to question the logistics of Jimmy's story. Amy was 5 foot 6 inches, and the basement ceiling wasn't much higher, roughly 7 feet. But rather than jumping to conclusions, the investigators decided to wrap things up for the night. The next morning, Officer Horn and his partner returned to the Allen household to ask Jimmy some more questions. Stayed home. Jimmy decided to leather and getting Ashley ready for school.
Just listening to music and making lunch and breakfast, smile on her face.
At around 7:30 a.m., Jimmy left for work and Ashley left for school, while Amy stayed home. Jimmy decided to leave work early, so around 12:30 p.m., he came home and took a nap. Then, at 2:45 p.m., the school day was over and it was time to pick up Ashley.
Ashley had a friend over, Kayla, after school. Amy picked her up and I was just kind of in bed, and they came here. She made everybody dinner. 6:30, we rolled out to take them to the game.
After a nice family dinner, everybody hopped in the car and drove to the Tecumseh.
Man, your birthday's on 9/11, bro. That's dope as fuck. Make sure we gotta throw Wordsmith the birthday party in the chat in 2 days.
High School for the football game. As mentioned before, Jimmy and Amy dropped off the girls and decided to head downtown to go bar hopping. They first went to Ember's Bar and Grill, then to JR's Hometown Grill and Pub shortly after. Investigators would later confirm this part of Jimmy's story by obtaining the security footage from JR's. Apparently, nothing seemed out of the ordinary until Jimmy brought up the idea of selling their house and moving down south. Since the family had just moved to Michigan from Florida 1 year earlier, Amy was not fond of this idea. She began texting someone on her phone and became dismissive of Jimmy's comments.
She said a couple of times that, oh, that's not going to work, and she's normally positive and was sort of down and negative, and we started to disagree about it, and she's like, you know, I hope that works out for you. And I'm like, what do you mean, me? I'm talking about our life, like, and this isn't hardcore planning. This is like you talking about, you know, our future. And she just, well, I hope that works out for you.
Jimmy said that this comment sparked an argument between the two. By the time they left the bar, things were very tense. Amy decided that she would rather walk home than sit with Jimmy any longer. This was also confirmed by this surveillance footage, which captured Amy walking down the street, heading in the direction of their house. Amy arrived home at 7:58 p.m. She grabbed an extension cord and then went down to the basement. At 8:05 p.m., Jimmy decided to go check on her.
She's petting Louie, one of our cats, and what the hell are you doing in the basement?
Apparently, Amy was angry at him for slamming the door in her face as they left the bar. But according to Jimmy, it was just an accident. He did forget to hold the door for her, but he didn't slam it intentionally. Amy didn't believe that it was an accident, so she started throwing insults at him, and the two proceeded to argue for about 10 minutes. Nothing good was coming from this argument, so Jimmy went back upstairs, leaving Amy in the basement with the extension cord. About 25 minutes later, at 8:40 p.m., Jimmy realized that it was time to pick up Ashley from the football game. Before he left, he went back to the basement to squash the beef with Amy.
And immediately,
Trying to say she hung herself with an extension cord in the basement? Is that what he's about to tell us? I think that's what he's about to tell us, chat. I really don't think that's what happened, bro. I really don't think that's what happened, bro. That's why they were telling us that height discrepancy thing. Like, she wouldn't have been able to do that shit, maybe. Let's see what he has to say.
we do that and started, you know, check for a pulse. When I glanced down there, I saw there looked like a upturned kitty litter pail.
Huh.
Because I'm like, like I said, it was just so,
Sure.
The officer asked if there were any signs that something like this might happen, but Jimmy said that he could never have seen this coming.
you know, spent all night kind of thinking and playing back what triggered what Has she ever tried anything like this before? She's never had anything ever. Like, we live a healthy lifestyle. We work out. We go rock climbing 3 times a week in Ann Arbor. We like cook meals at home. We grow our own vegetables out here. Money trouble. No, I mean, this is like the pinnacle of, like, best job I've ever had. I make great money. She's a stay-at-home mom. She takes care of the 5 cats, the pool, and is there for my daughter doing sports and activities. Sure.
The officer then asked if he and his partner could do a more thorough search of the home, and Jimmy agreed. With the help of their new recruit, Louie, Jimmy's cat, the officer scoured every room in the household, hoping to find any clues that could explain last night's incident. They weren't able to find any bombshell evidence, but they did collect several items that belonged to Amy, including her computer and cell phone. Following their search, Officer Horn headed back outside to speak with Ashley. She was visibly shaken up by the incident, but the detectives needed to know if Amy and Jimmy had a history of violent altercations.
Were your mom and dad fighting at all yesterday that you recall?
No, but everything was normal when I left.
When you left? Okay. Is there a history of the, like, fighting or arguing or anything like that? Nothing ever? Okay.
The officer also asked about Amy's state of mind, but Ashley said that even though her mom was a deeply introverted person, she had always been emotionally stable. This interview wasn't as fruitful as the officers had hoped, but shortly after, they were approached by several of Amy's family members. They said that Jimmy waited 14 hours to tell them about the incident. As soon as they heard the news, they rushed over to the police department because they had an abundance of useful information for the police. The investigators learned that back in 1997, when Amy was just 13, she had a son named Caleb. Her parents looked after Caleb while she attended high school in Ocala, Florida.
That's wild. That's wild. You think that's what started this argument?
By the end of high school, she began dating Jimmy, who had no problem becoming a father figure to Caleb. When
So he knew what was up.
Amy was 19, they had Ashley, and from that point on, Amy stayed home to take care of the kids while Jimmy worked. However, according to Amy's family, this wasn't her choice. They believed that Jimmy was a controlling husband who didn't want Amy to become financially independent. He would monitor everything the family did, from their social media activity to what they were eating throughout the day. He would also discipline the kids if he believed they were misbehaving, frequently taking things too far. Whenever Amy stood up to Jimmy, her opinion didn't seem to matter. Whatever Jimmy wanted, Jimmy got. So when Caleb turned 17, he left to stay with his grandparents. Jimmy retaliated, telling Amy that she was no longer allowed to speak with her family, including Caleb. One of the last times Caleb saw her was at his high school graduation a year before the incident. But other than that, Amy had minimal involvement in Caleb's life. All of this evidence was extremely damning for Jimmy. It wouldn't be a surprise if an abusive and controlling husband tried to murder his wife. But if the police wanted to bulletproof their case, Amy and George were. He told them that he would.
That got out of hand, so she never developed relationships even when we were in Ocala. She didn't have any friends. She was playing like video games compulsively, that World of Warcraft thing. That got out of hand, so she just sort of started isolating herself. And so I had taken measures when we got up here to help her break out of it.
Jimmy is painting himself as a valiant savior, guiding his wife away from her bad habits towards a healthy lifestyle. But as we mentioned earlier, everybody who was close to Amy said that Jimmy was the main cause of her isolation. While asking Jimmy about infidelity in the relationship, he revealed that Amy wasn't the only one cheating.
There was one time when I went to the Isle of Man and hooked up with this chick.
Anytime during your marriage, do you know if she was unfaithful to you?
I don't think that would be possible.
Why is that?
She didn't seem to have the capacity to, like, talk to people, man. I mean,
She didn't have the capacity to cheat. Boy, talk about underestimating your wife. Do you realize that a woman has like a 10-to-1 ratio, bro? Especially if you're average looking, bro. Like if you're not like Chris Brown or like fucking Matthew McConaughey or something like that, girls ain't pressing to talk to you, bro. Even if a girl thinks she cute, she not gonna fucking open her mouth. You know what I mean? It's very rare a woman makes the first move, bro. But I guarantee you it was hella dudes in your chick DM. But that's why he say that. Like, she couldn't have the capacity because he knew he checked all her shit. But if she knows you check all your shit, she might have a secondary account, bro. That's why I say you shouldn't even worry about that shit. I don't even look into that shit. Because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And if I'm gonna find out, I'm gonna find out. You know what I mean? I don't, I you know what I'm saying?
He was like incredibly introverted.
Clearly, Jimmy underestimated Amy's charm. Later in the interview, the detective set the record straight, bluntly telling Jimmy that Amy was in fact having an affair.
What was your knowledge of her affair?
I don't think she had an affair. To my
Hey, Lil John, welcome to the chat.
no, I have no idea. I wouldn't think it was possible.
There was a lot of stuff that she had tried to delete there, but I mean, we're talking, telling this other guy she loves him.
I think that you're bullshit, but
I'm not. I'm not gonna lie to you today, and I haven't. You know, so
I'll just tell you right now, I don't believe it.
Jimmy seemed to be in denial, so the detective printed off some excerpts from Amy's conversations with George, some more risque than others.
And then the chats lead up to the 14th, the same day that this happened. Clearly there was something going on between these two people.
As someone who had a say in every aspect of Amy's life, he seemed completely blindsided by her secret life with George. He wanted more answers.
Can you pull phone records to see if there's any numbers that I can see that I don't recognize? And that's like, to me, is crushing to think that she even has some alternate life. Like, I legitimately, I still don't all the way believe you guys. I'm sorry. I don't think that she has the capacity to do that. Like I said, this is the most shocking, like, I can't even process it.
In a last-ditch effort to elicit a confession, the detective asked Jimmy if he would take a polygraph test. Jimmy agreed and maintained his innocence the entire time. Ultimately, the test results were inconclusive. The detective wrapped up the interview, less certain about Jimmy's involvement than before. Jimmy was allowed to leave, and he went back to Florida later that day. The police struggled to find any new leads, so they had no choice but to wait for the medical examiner to release Amy's autopsy report. That just how low the basement for Amy's death. It would wait for the medical examiner to release Amy's autopsy report. That day finally came 3 months after Amy's death. It was confirmed that the cause of death was strangulation asphyxiation, but the manner of death was undetermined, requiring additional investigation. The ball was back in Detective Rothman's court, but finding more evidence to determine whether or not this was a homicide was easier said than done. He meticulously looked through all of the evidence, including the body cam footage. He stumbled upon the moment that Officer Horn noticed how low the basement ceiling was, and he suddenly had an idea. Rothman reached out to a forensic engineering lab in Michigan and asked them to recreate the scenario Jimmy had supposedly stumbled upon. After many months of preparation, testing, and analyzing the results, the lab determined that under the same circumstances, her feet would have made contact with the ground. A different forensic pathologist reviewed the same test results, and they determined that her manner of death must have been a homicide. On October 16th, 2020.
That's what I was saying. Like, she was too tall. That roof was too little. She couldn't have hung herself like he's saying she did.
Questions. Jimmy said something peculiar.
If you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of us, or they can contact us. Okay?
Just how you sleep at night. Oh.
Well, I guess I don't understand that question.
Okay.
A few weeks later, at his arraignment hearing, Jimmy pled not guilty. His bond was set at $10 million, and he was put behind bars. Leading up to his trial, his defense attorney Daniel Guerin released this statement. Mr. Allen vehemently asserts his innocence in this case, as he had absolutely nothing to do with Amy Allen's tragic death. He cooperated with police throughout the 2-year investigation and provided evidence and statements showing his innocence. That night were also called to the stand.
To Jimmy and his daughter that ultimately led to her very sad and tragic death on Friday, September 14th of 2018.
Both sides rested their case. Jimmy's fate was now in the hands of the jury. After about 6 hours of deliberations, they had their verdict.
You do say upon your oaths that you find the defendant guilty of the lesser offense of second-degree murder.
After this verdict, Jimmy didn't seem to know what to do with himself. He wandered aimlessly for a bit, and when it was time to be booked into the jail, he bashfully waved goodbye to his family. On October 21st, 2021, Jimmy was sentenced to 20 to 45 years in prison in the Michigan Department of...
So he didn't get life. He got 20 to 45. He probably won't get out. I mean, he'll be an 80-something-year-old man, 70-something-year-old man by the time he gets out. If he does the further end of it, even then he'll still be in his 60s if he gets out after 25. I'm cool with that. I understand why they went for the second degree. But again, we see a guy who won't confess, even though all the evidence proves that he did this shit. The one thing I will say is that without his confession, they couldn't tell if it was premeditated or not. You know what I mean? To me, it just seems like he found out she was cheating. They started arguing, and then he choked her out with a cord, like an extension cord. That's literally what I thought from the beginning. My apologies. This is the first time using this channel. Stay Awake Crime and Psychology. It's a cool channel, but he just talks a lot. We usually like more raw footage. So, you know what I mean? My apologies. This case was really... It's hard to keep my attention when it's not raw footage. But yeah, dude definitely did that shit. I see why they went for the second degree. No, I'm not from South SoCal. I'm from Las Vegas, but I live in SoCal. I love California, man. It's cool. I really don't like the city I'm in. It's a small town, but I like when we go down to LA and stuff. I really enjoy LA. Hopefully, I can afford to live there one day. I'm sorry, guys. I think I'm gonna cut this stream a little bit short. I'm still real tired, bro. I just feel real tired tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. Western and 3 p.m. or 6 p.m. Western, 3 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern are the time frames. I just want to appreciate all you guys in the chat today. Thank you for our sponsors today. Saltwater did his damn thing. He dropped 2 super chats. Appreciate that. Monica was sending gifts in. Kyle also sent some gifts in. So thank you to today's sponsors for today's episode. I'm gonna try to get some sleep, man. I think waking up early today and going to court, like that shit just like it has me way off. Like I just feel real sleepy tonight. But I'm gonna try to catch up on my rest. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much. I love each and every one of you. See you on the flip side tomorrow. Cue the outro music.
And the art of punching is when you can throw 2 punches that sound like one. You can throw punches, you can hear them. There were 2, but they sound like fucking 1 punch. They all understand. Anybody that hears this understand the art of fighting. They know what I'm saying. He threw 2 punches that sound like 1.